lines have been cut off. We've captured a command post. Enemy forces have captured a command post.
Enemy in range.
So, here I am, taking a massive shit. Alright? Yes, that's how we're gonna open up the video. And I had this sheer thought of fucking brilliance. Here was gonna be the best fucking thing anyone could have ever imagined. It was a combination of a video I was watching and some dialogue found in Star Wars Battlefront 2. I cannot link it in the description because by the time I make this video, I'll probably have forgotten all about the video. So sorry, but just look up hero banter. Let me specifically look up which one it is. Cat, it's cold as fuck out here. What are you doing? Battlefront 2 hero. Oh, it says heroes ranked. I thought it said naked. I was like, what the fuck is wrong with people? Hero banter. I think it's one of the ones on the thumbnail. It is episode 15 from Undead Pathfinder. So anyways, where was I? Oh yeah, so episode 15, the yada yada yada. I gotta make sure it was 15 now. No, I don't. So sheer brilliance. I got interrupted again, it's fine. So sheer brilliance, right? A movie about the duality of Anakin Skywalker and Darth Vader. Now, the problem I was having at first is I kind of want this to be a video game as well, but they probably won't adapt it to a video game, unfortunately. I suppose if you do a game like Lego Star Wars or Battlefront, let's just do a Battlefront game that tackles all of the movies. Boom, roll it. And hopefully this is one of the movies. Or maybe it's a Disney Plus series. I don't really give a fuck. I just want it, and I want it now. But basically, here's what I'm thinking.
Buddy, where are you?
It's 2 years of Vader being Vader, right?
BD? Gotta find
and
out of here.
So he's already like
Something back
sort
there.
of, you know, he's done a lot of atrocious things. He's already, you know, in Vader's he's already in Vader mode, right?
Whoever locked me up took my lightsaber.
But
Gotta
you know,
get it
maybe
back.
every now and then he feels like a pull to the light. And so, you know, he thinks is what I'm doing really the right thing?
Lightsaber's
And
missing.
anytime he has those thoughts, or at the very least, anytime he shows that, anytime he's visibly having some of those thoughts, maybe Palpatine picks up on it, and he zaps the shit out of him. That would be awesome. And so, gradually... Hannah, get in here. Hannah. I don't need cats running in and out of here, just pick one. Hannah. Alright, well, I am closing this door if no one's going to use it. Now, anyways, the idea is... So, like, Anakin is slowly being phased out of Vader's personality. But, you know, he persists. And he maybe says, like... So... You know, Anakin persists, Darth Vader's struggling to keep him out. So, we go into Vader's mind to have like a battle of the minds. And, or a battle between like personalities. So one phases the other out. So, like, they're in the Jedi Temple. It's Order 66. And, all of the Jedi are being killed off. And maybe we have some deaths that are not legit, but deaths that Vader thinks has occurred. And, so we see that, you know, he assumes Ahsoka's dead. So, we see a bunch of stormtrooper, or clone troopers, closing in on Ahsoka. And shooting her, while they're in the Jedi Temple. And then, when Anakin gets cornered by a bunch of clones, you know, he kills all of them. And then we see Vader come in the room, and then we see Anakin versus Vader. And after Anakin deals a lot of damage to Vader, the tables, or like, you know, he turns the tables on him, right? And, so then Vader gets back up, beats Anakin. Maybe he kills him, maybe he, you know, well, or maybe he, like, cuts off a few limbs. But, you know, after their epic lightsaber fight in the temple, it's just silence, and then Anakin, like, let's say he either comes back up, or, you know, his body disappears, and Anakin reforms behind Vader. And he says, no matter how many times you try to get rid of me, I'll always be a part of you. And then, Vader, like, finally kills him again. Like, chops off his head, or does something, you know, visibly damaging. And so Vader will say, we'll see about that. And, so, like, yeah, Anakin is right. So, look, Vader is right. There's a comic book where he says, basically, that Vader cornered him in the Jedi Temple during Order 66 and killed him. Boom. Technically, yeah, that's true. And, then maybe, like, when, now that gets, you know, that sort of, like, empowers, in my opinion, the ending of Return of the Jedi. So, then you have,
Need a slice.
ow, shit, I just, ow, fuck. So the ending of Return of the Jedi, where, oh, that was gibberish, Return of the Jedi, where, Vader turns on Palpatine, and then Anakin is brought back. So, you know, Anakin was always a part of him, no matter how hard he tried to suppress it. I think that movie, or Disney Plus series, would be fucking awesome. I don't know what you call it if it's a Disney Plus series, but easily just have the final spin-off movie of Star Wars, the final spin-off in the trilogy of spin-offs at least. Just Vader, a Star Wars story. And then you can do that in a game, because now there's a 2-year window for you to work with, right? Assuming the movie doesn't show any of that. I hope it doesn't. That not only humanizes Vader, but in my opinion, now he's even more menacing. Right? If I'm wrong, you guys let me know, please, because I mean, this is one of those things that'll either ruin Star Wars or make it better. And I'm kind of split on what I think the result would be. What do you guys think? Let me know down in the comments below.
Agent Hack.
Commander on deck.
At ease.
Mission accomplished, Commander.
0 casualties. Looks like you're still second in command.
Oh, I'm patient. I can wait.
Agent Miko. Those jump calculations were perfect.
Thank you, ma'am. Hope the landing wasn't too rough.
Been through worse. Remember the Job S incursion?
Still haunts my dreams.
Contact the Admiral.
Yes, Commander. And the message?
The fleet's location is still safe. Today, the rebellion dies.
Before we get into this video, I want to explain why I should be allowed to slap the shit out of some of our customers. Like, I probably shouldn't say that, but the one I'm talking about in particular, I mean, aside from one who was yelling at me about how all the tables were dirty, but like none of the tables were dirty. My job is cleaning them, and I cleaned them for hours. And I have literal receipts proving it. I spent an hour and a half overtime cleaning those tables. So, do not yell at me about how the tables are dirty. However, the one that really pissed me off, she was offended because I was white. And she kept yammering about how I should be fired and how someone of color should be, you know, in my position. When I was cleaning out the tables, she said, seriously, the busboy is white. And I was like, the fuck?
Dead ahead. Follow
I had never confronted her about it. But she sat on the table and she was like, thank you for cleaning the table. And I was like, mm-hmm. And it's like, it's too bad you're white. And I was like, what the fuck is wrong with this chick? And one of the other customers stood up and said, you know, you really shouldn't talk to someone like that. It seems like you're kind of a racist. She's like, I agree other job opportunities should be offered to people of color and whatever, but it seems like you're kind of racist. And she was like, you can't be racist to a white guy. I was like, bitch, I'm gonna slap you. She kind of got under my skin. Not because, you know, oh, fucking racial comment. I don't care if you call me, I've said it before. I'm not gonna say it here because I guess this is already a charged video for me. But
We'll take it from here.
you know what? I don't want to make this my Star Wars video. I think I'm going to attach that to something else. This will just be a vlog video, I guess, that gets put up every now and then. Yeah, this, so how's your day? Yeah. I was like, you're offended because I'm white? Also, I'm not, you know, trying to make this a race thing. I'm just gonna stop where I was going with that. So this is like from the future. Where I was going with that was not good, so we're not going there. But anyways, her name was Karen, with a C. And, I mean, that last part is kind of a joke. I don't know if it had a C or anything. I never saw her name written up. But her friends were calling her Karen. And one of them actually said, "Way to go, Karen, you escaped the oppressor."
Commander, rebel reinforcements
To which I was like, what?
Weapons free.
Bitch.
Neutralize all targets.
Bitch?
Yes, Commander.
So,
Understood.
yeah, that was something. Yeah. One of the elusive, obviously racist Karens. That's right. I found one of them. That was also from the future. I had to cut myself off again because I said something that I didn't want to say.
Scan the area.
One of the elusive, obviously racist Karens. Some of them are secretly racist, but she was obviously racist. So yeah, some customers need a good slapping, and that has just been confirmed.
That's all of them.
But yeah, she
Regroup
was
and
like,
prepare to move out.
Regrouping.
when she started talking to me about it, as if I didn't have like, you know, any cognitive thinking. I don't know what she expected me to do. So yeah, what was I saying? I guess the moral of the story, I can't remember what I was saying. So the moral of the story is,
Okay. I just copy all of them.
some people
Rebel commanders
just shouldn't exist.
We should too.
We're near platform.
Like again, I'm not offended,
Is there a settlement?
just kind of pissed off.
No, TIE fighters only.
I felt like she was stupid, and that's really where I have a problem.
No, we'll deal with them. in the same
I don't
way.
care if someone, you know,
We wipe out that
I genuinely don't care if someone hurled slurs at me. I just want it to be said. She really pissed me off because I have to deal with a lot of her kind today. A lot of, oh, you know, people of color this, you fucking suck that. And then one person just kept telling me that all the tables were dirty, and if I didn't clean them, she was going to report me to the manager.
Right now, we
Bitch,
need to move.
what the fuck do you think you're doing? That last lady in particular actually had a separate customer come by and say, "I'm sorry, you have to deal with that on a daily basis."
Agent Miko.
And I'm just like, oh,
Yes, Commander.
today doesn't suck so bad because someone actually is nice.
Contact you, Eviscerator. I need to speak with the Admiral.
Yeah,
Yes, Commander. Patching it
so.
Admiral, Inferno Squad needs to evacuate.
See, I gotta get back to laundry and then I'm doing my Star Wars video.
What's the situation?
Yeah. Later.
We're pulling out of the system. Make it to your ship, Commander. Survive. I will send you the rendezvous coordinates.
Yes, sir. We'll contact you when we reach the Corvus.
I don't understand how this happened. The trap was perfect.
Someone made a mistake. High Command overlooked something crucial again.
No, there has to be more to it. The rebels were outnumbered and outgunned.
It's simple. The Emperor underestimated the strength of our enemy, and we paid the price.
Commander, heads up, Commander. Rebel patrol headed your way.
Thank you, Agent Miko. We'll take care of them. I have a visual on... Fire!
Taking them down. Commander, I've got eyes on a rebel ambush. We lost the shuttle and our men are overrun.
So,
Keep scouting,
I
Agent.
may have
We'll see
failed
what we can do.
my history class on my college, whatever, and you know, that was literally only because I couldn't remember the sequence of events. I remembered all of the events, got all of that stuff right, but it really came down to remembering which order these events came in, and that was a problem for me. But understanding the sequence of events is not important for this video, so I at least have some knowledge on history. And I've been watching some science videos and some space videos and stuff. Chris Hadfield, he does a lot of that stuff. And then he was on Wired, and then Wired was another loophole to Neil deGrasse Tyson and all that other shit. Also, I have allergies acting up, so I was sick with the flu, but this is allergies. I no longer have the flu, so we're good. But, yeah, allergies. The weather keeps changing, all that. So I sound a little weird. But anyways,
I've researched your past. You were once quite the mercenary.
if we found life on, you know, a few planets that were perhaps inhabitable, what would we do?
I
if this life was intelligent, if this life was comparable to humans in any significant way, involving, you know, their mindset and the way they think, and, you know, mental capacity, what would we do? Would we just go off and invade their planet and start war and try to take over their land like Christopher Columbus? Or would we just, you know, would we just go fucking loose and you know, attack them? Or maybe we try to, you know, enter their planet and they get spooked and that also starts war. Perhaps they would think it's like a small-scale invasion or something. Or maybe, how would we, like, signal that we're coming in peace or something like that? And do we now need, like, galactic laws and shit like that? Because if we try to, like, you want to become a citizen of another planet, how does that work? I mean, we could board Mars, or we could board the moon, or we could board fucking Jupiter if we found a way to make it safe for life to inhabit those areas. Because I believe Mars is full of radiation that could, you know, fucking destroy all life. And then Jupiter, I believe, is the one full of gas and just not inhabitable. It's not Jupiter. It's Venus, isn't it? I don't know. I'll look that up in a minute. I'm not good at, you know, the solar system or space or whatever, but you know, none of these places are inhabitable, so, you know, if we found a way to make them inhabitable, we could just inhabit that, because that's ours now. We found it first. I mean, I don't know if anyone would declare control over a planet, but I guess someone would have to, otherwise someone else will do it first. Fuck it, I want to be president of Mars. But what if, like, how do you even go about any of this? I mean, people are worried about World War III for some reason, and seriously, I have no clue. I think people are just a little stupid or a little over eager. But people are worried about World War III, but that could start, like, freaking, if we found a galaxy that's full of planets that are inhabitable, then that's kind of like, if we entered one of those planets, you know, just exploring, yeah, we could get in a lot of trouble. Or maybe the people there are absolutely fucking evil. Or maybe it's a planet full of xenomorphs or predators, or, you know, what do you do? That's my van. Its door does that for some reason. The locking mechanism is messed up, so it's just like... But what do you even fucking... How do you go about any of that? I mean, yeah, if all we have to worry about is Ewoks, then we're fine. But a xenomorph or... I used to know the name of predators. Hishkuten, I guess, or Yatja. So a xenomorph or a Hishkuten or Yatja, whatever the fuck the predator is called. Alright. What if we encounter those things? Predators we could probably deal with. But xenomorphs? I mean, that's a bit of a problem. Predators do have heavy weapons, but they're like man, kind of. You know, have you watched the Predator movies? They always end up killing those motherfuckers. However, the Alien movies, those xenomorphs are fucking problematic. Like, don't fuck with them. You fuck with them, you die. So, yeah. But the xenomorph would cause problems, you know, or aliens would cause problems, like the face hugger, the xenomorph, or the face hugger, chest burster, xenomorph. You know, all of that shit. Those things are fucking monsters. What do you do about those? Because let's be real, I firmly believe something like a xenomorph or predator could exist. Oh, hey Hannah, what are you doing? My cat Hannah, by the way, is scared of humies because she was apparently not introduced to them in her first 6 weeks of her life, so she gets kind of skittish. We read that on a study or something. But sometimes she comes to me, and sometimes she wants to be picked up, and sometimes she wants to be petted. Other times she's fucking terrified of me.
I'm happy to see you too.
So anyways,
Let's get that restraining bolt off of you.
why wouldn't a xenomorph be able to exist? Why wouldn't a predator be able to exist? Right? There's no fucking reason that we know of. Can
get out of here
anyone
before the same
fucking
happens to us.
watch one of those movies and be like, this is so unrealistic, and give scientific backing to why? Because the way I see, maybe the acidic blood of a xenomorph, but I mean the predator is humanoid. It's just super strong and super. So you know, it would have to be a little bit bigger, and then a xenomorph, you know, acidic blood, that's probably out of the equation. But its shell, and maybe the xenomorph wouldn't be bulletproof or something like that, but can we completely rule out the possibility of those things existing? I personally don't think so. So, I mean, they could probably potentially go extinct because of the way that they reproduce. No. Nope, I'm stupid. I mixed up how they reproduce and how they transform. So I do that sometimes, apparently. But you know, like, what the fuck? And then what about Star Wars aliens? They look kind of weird, but they can't be ruled out either. And, well, I mean, they probably, you know, the vast majority of aliens in Star Wars are, humanoid. So, there probably wouldn't be that many humanoid aliens, but... Dude, I imagine the way evolution works, shit would change, sure, but it's, like, really strange. I don't think
Got a jolt in you, BD?
that they would be ridiculous, but say there was, like, heavy amounts of, like, radiation on this planet, and it became, as far as we could understand,
It's got power now.
this may not be how evolution works, I don't claim to be a fucking scientist, but, you know, there's enough unpolluted areas for them to survive, but they're thinning out a lot, so they need to evolve to, you know, be immune to that radiation. It's the way, it's kind of like, you know, if you are knitting and you constantly, like, stab yourself with something, you'll build a callus. Or, this is a comic book example, but I believe the science is sound. You know, Joker, he gets exposed to his laughing gas so much that he becomes immune to it. That kind of thing. And I believe that's actually legit. But, you know, whatever. So, evolution could, and you guys can debunk me in the comments, or whatever. I would love that engagement, even if you're calling me fucking stupid. Not engagement as in, like, you guys boost my video into the algorithm, but, like, engagement as to, like, how I always forget my words. They're on the tip of my tongue. Engagement as to like me having a conversation with you. Like I mentioned, the Batman Arkham Knight Riddler Trophy video, the Canary Club. That has so many views and so many comments, and it's me and people ask for help on these certain things, even if they're not necessarily related to that particular video. So some guy wanted, for instance, a Riddler trophy in Gothcorp, and so me and him had a conversation, and I could not help him, so I linked a video that may have been able to help him, and apparently it worked. So, you know, I have those conversations with people. I like having a community here. So even if you're solo businesses, just tell me how fucking wrong I am. I'd love that. So, besides, I always like to learn. So, yeah, what next, I guess? There's a conspiracy that NASA has found aliens and that they are hiding that because, you know, humanity would just, like, cease to function if we found out that there were aliens. Why would that be such a big deal to us? I mean, yeah, it'd be cool, but if I found out that there was an alien living right next to me and be like, oh, that's neat. Alright, go about your day. It's like how they're, like, paparazzi that are always taking photos of celebrities. It's like, alright, so that's a select set of people that are just kind of fucking loony. To quote Tobey Maguire, there are cars there, motherfucker. So, Cat, why are you, like, rubbing up against everything? You going in to eat or something? We're getting you fixed in a few weeks anyways, so... No more heat cycles. Oh, she did not like me saying that. But you know, like, there's no fucking reason that aliens would just shatter my whole fucking worldview. If anything, that would be fucking cool. Like, I would just want to go to an alien planet. You know, see what life is like there. I mean, celebrities are just other humans, but if I found out fucking... I suppose if I found out fucking Justin Bieber was an alien, I'd be like, yeah, that explains a few things, but also, where are you from? I would like to see the people there. I wouldn't be fucking snapping photos and being all like, ooh, Justin Bieber! That's probably an outdated it's probably an outdated reference, because I don't think he's all that relevant anymore. But, that's fucking people liked a while ago. But I have not heard anything about that dude recently. So, fucking, I don't know, like, my leg is being fucking weird. I think it's because it's cold out here. So, well, there's my work uniform. So, ow! You know, like, I don't think aliens would just shatter everyone's fucking worldview and cause people to go mad. I think if that happens, you'd have to be, like, on the edge of your sanity. And then aliens, and you're just like, oh, fuck, it's aliens. Now I guess I'm gonna go stab a motherfucker. So if NASA truly found evidence of aliens, and that's the reason they won't say anything, then they fucking stupid. That's it. I mean, look, there are they're like, because, if, you know what, there are people on, like, Ancient Aliens that are like, see, they think that, or they're like, well, if people knew about aliens, then they'd go mad. And it's like, you supposedly know about aliens, but you haven't gone mad, you've just gone stupid. And I don't think that would happen to most of humanity. It would sure be another thing we have to worry about, and like, do they want to kill us? Do they not have any interest in what we do? What's their deal? That would be kind of worrying, right? Because you have people worried about World War III, and now they got to worry about, like, fucking World's War I. So, it'd be worrying, perhaps. But I seriously think you'd have to be on the edge of your sanity for that to be like the tipping point. It would really be more of a last straw situation. Not so much a huge revelation that's going to cause panic and lunacy. I know that last part for a fact. I don't think that's up for debate. The only people who would be debating that are people who think the Earth is flat. Oh, and the people from Ancient Aliens. So, I mean, I guess theoretically it could cause a bunch of old people to go have a heart attack or something. But I don't see why that would be the case. I don't think we found evidence of aliens. Because also, how is NASA going to hide that from us? That should be impossible, right? I mean, frickin' Nintendo couldn't even hide like their prototype builds for games from us. How is NASA gonna hide that from us? Dude, there are multiple countries that have gone to space. You can get a telescope. There's nothing in the way of aliens so far. So, I believe wherever aliens are, they're nowhere near our galaxy, or any of our neighboring galaxies. And perhaps not even those neighboring galaxies. And I assume if we haven't seen them, they haven't achieved light speed either. If NASA found 1 or 2 aliens at one point, sure. They could probably hide that. But don't you think if, you know, theoretically a species, like aliens have been killed and they're hiding the evidence from us, or they're keeping them in captivity, the rest of the aliens might wonder where those people went and be like, alright, guess we're starting World War III. Or World War I. It just doesn't make any fucking sense. What's wrong with you? Hannah, you can stop rubbing up against the freezer. But, yeah, like, I think if we have to worry about xenomorphs, you know, there probably won't be any xenomorphs catching a ride to Earth anytime soon, because those things aren't intelligent. They're sentient, but they're not intelligent. And, I don't think predators are going to be a problem, because they're probably not going to go to Earth. That wouldn't be their first, you know. The problem is that if we go over there and they unleash their armies on us, is what I'm saying. I'm not talking like, you know, they're coming over here and starting shit. Supposedly, if the aliens are able to get over here, they'd be way smarter, so they wouldn't be starting shit now, would they? Sure, I believe aliens exist, and I'm sure, so why would we be the only, I know people, Christianity, it's like, well, God created us, not aliens. It's like, why? Why would he have not created aliens? That doesn't make any sense. I'm sure he created something somewhere else. But, like, that doesn't... Without Christianity, people, you know, atheists that are denying aliens, it's like... Why would we... So, you know, you're not going off creation, you're going off some random explosion in space that created everything. And, you know, it's still having, you know, it's still expanding the universe. It's like... Why is that the case? Why would we be the only life anywhere? I do believe we found bacteria somewhere, and bacteria is technically alive. So, but that in and of itself doesn't really mean anything sentient, because I don't think bacteria is sentient. Hannah, what are you doing? I believe,
You know, I was a Jedi.
Supposedly there's something somewhere. It would be stupid to think that there's nothing anywhere else. But it is, I guess, a realistic thought that, you know, maybe there's nothing out there. But you can't say anything with certainty. You can't say there are or aren't anything with absolute certainty. Just because we haven't found it yet.
I can stop you.
So, people are like, well, if we would have found it, if it existed, we would have found it by now. It's like, are you fucking sure about that? We don't even know how to put a man on Mars yet. We put a rover there, and I'm pretty sure it didn't survive too long. I have not looked that up. Again, I don't know shit about space. So, you know, if we can't put a man on Mars,
We should get back.
and we haven't explored anything beyond our galaxy, how would we know that there's nothing else out there? There are millions of stars. Fucking dude, the amount of stars in the galaxy is incomprehensible. You can't make a number out of that. And it's theorized that, you know, each star has like 10 planets or something like that. Well, my cat almost died. You guys probably heard that. You know, so it's theorized each star is like about 10 planets or something like that. How would you know that there's nothing there? You haven't explored everything. We've explored most of Earth. We haven't even explored all of Earth. And you're gonna go and say that there's nothing else anywhere else. Like, man. Hannah, stop trying to get into the laundry. So, it just doesn't really make any sense. You know, the arguments for why aliens don't exist. It's like, oh, this isn't sci-fi, this is the real fucking world, you dipshit. It's like, and why can't the real world have aliens? Earth has humans. Surely there's another planet similar to Earth, because there are a lot of planets out there. Come on, man. So, yeah. That's where I'm going to end this. I always say video, but audio. The video might still go on for like 2 minutes or something like that. So, yeah. Later, guys.
Reloading. Freed on the mark. Get it in gear, Delta. Heads up, fires. It's me, bug scum! Need a reload here. Could use some doctor, sir. See to them. Hold off on that revive.
Looks like he needs a revive, Delta. Watch your back. Hold it together, Delta.